Do you ever feel like you need a nap right after eating? You finish a meal, even a healthy one, and instead of feeling energized, you just feel drained. Your eyelids get heavy, your brain feels foggy, and all you want to do is curl up on the couch. It's that classic post-meal slump, the food coma that hits you like a ton of bricks. We've all been there. You might blame it on the big lunch, the carbs, or just a long day. But what if I told you it's not just about what you ate? What if there's a deeper biological process happening inside your body every time you eat? And it's the key to understanding why you feel so tired. This invisible force is silently shaping your energy levels, your mood, and even where your body stores fat. And the good news is, you have more control over it than you think. It's cheeky with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why you feel this way and what you can do about it, starting with your very next meal. So, let's pull back the curtain on this mystery. The main characters in our story are blood sugar and a hormone called insulin. Now, don't worry, we're not going to get overly technical. Think of it like this. When you eat food, especially carbohydrates and sugars, your body breaks them down into glucose, which is your body's main source of fuel. This glucose enters your bloodstream, and that's what we call blood sugar. Your body needs this sugar to power everything from your brain to your muscles. But there's a catch. The glucose can't just get into your cells on its own. It needs a key. That key is insulin. When your body detects rising blood sugar after a meal, your pancreas releases insulin. Insulin travels through your bloodstream, attaches to your cells, and signals them to open up and let the glucose in for energy. It's a beautiful, efficient system. In a perfectly balanced world, this happens smoothly. You eat, your blood sugar rises gently. Insulin does its job. Your cells get fed, and you feel great, but our modern diets often throw a wrench in this delicate process. This is where the roller coaster ride begins. Imagine you eat a meal high in refined carbs and sugar, think white bread, pasta, a sugary drink, or a sweet dessert. Your body gets a massive, rapid flood of glucose. Your blood sugar doesn't just rise gently. In response, your pancreas panics a little. It thinks, whoa, we've got a sugar emergency here, and it overcompensates by releasing a huge surge of insulin. This massive insulin wave does its job very effectively, maybe a little too effectively. It quickly shoves all that sugar out of your bloodstream and into your cells. And what happens when your blood sugar is cleared out too quickly? It crashes. It drops from that super high peak to a level that's often even lower than before you ate. This is the crash part of the spike and crash cycle. And that crash is what makes you feel so incredibly tired, foggy, and irritable. Your brain, which relies on a steady supply of glucose, is suddenly running on fumes. So that overwhelming sleepiness isn't just you being lazy. It's your body's genuine response to a sudden drop in its primary fuel source. This roller coaster doesn't just leave you feeling tired. It brings along a few other unwanted friends. One of the most common is intense cravings. When your blood sugar crashes, your brain sends out an urgent signal. Get me more sugar, and get it now. It's a survival mechanism. This is why, an hour or two after a big, carb-heavy meal, you might find yourself desperately searching for a cookie or a candy bar. You're not weak. Your body is simply trying to get its blood sugar back up. Then there's the brain fog. When your brain isn't getting a steady stream of glucose, its cognitive functions suffer. You can't concentrate. Your memory feels hazy, and simple tasks can feel overwhelming. Another telltale sign is stubborn belly fat. When insulin is constantly surging in high amounts, it does more than just help your cells absorb glucose. Insulin is also a fat storage hormone. When your cells are already full of energy and there's still excess glucose in the blood, insulin directs your body to store that extra sugar as fat, and one of its favorite storage spots is right around the midsection. It creates a cycle where you eat, get tired, crave more sugar, eat more sugar, and store more fat. You might have noticed that this post-meal fatigue seems to get worse as you get older, especially after hitting your 30s. This isn't just your imagination. As we age, our bodies can naturally become slightly less sensitive to insulin. This is known as mild insulin resistance. It means your cells don't respond to insulin's signal as efficiently as they used to. As a result, your pancreas has to work harder and release even more insulin to get the same job done. This higher level of insulin can make those blood sugar crashes even more pronounced. On top of that our metabolism naturally starts to slow down. We also tend to lose muscle mass, and muscle is a major consumer of glucose. Less muscle means fewer places for that sugar to go, making it easier for blood sugar levels to spike. Combine these natural changes with years of dietary habits, a more sedentary lifestyle, and the accumulated stress of adult life, which also affects blood sugar, and you have a perfect storm. It's not that your body is broken. It is just that the system that once handled that slice of birthday cake with ease now needs a little more support. So, how do we get off this exhausting ride and reclaim our energy? The good news is, you don't need a drastic overhaul. It's about making small, smart adjustments. First, think about the order you eat your food. Try starting your meal with vegetables or a salad. The fiber in the veggies forms a sort of mesh in your stomach, which slows down the absorption of sugars from the rest of your meal. This simple trick can significantly blunt the blood sugar spike. After the veggies, move on to your protein and healthy fats like chicken, fish, tofu, or avocado. These also slow down digestion and promote fullness. Save your carbohydrates like rice or potatoes for last. This food sequencing can make a massive difference. Second, take a short walk after your meal. Just 10 to 15 minutes of light movement helps your muscles soak up the glucose from your bloodstream, acting like a natural blood sugar sponge. A simple stroll around the block is perfect. Third, make sure every meal is balanced. Avoid eating naked carbs, carbohydrates all by themselves. If you're going to have a piece of fruit, pair it with a handful of nuts. If you're having toast, add some avocado or an egg on top. The protein and fat will buffer the carbohydrate absorption. And finally, stay hydrated. Drinking enough water is crucial for all bodily functions, including metabolism. These are not drastic diets. They are gentle, sustainable lifestyle tweaks that help your body maintain stable, consistent energy. In the end, understanding this cycle is about empowerment. It's about realizing that the fatigue, the cravings, and the brain fog aren't personal failings. They are biological signals. Your body is communicating with you, and now you know how to interpret the message. It's not about declaring war on carbs or fearing food. It's about working with your body, not against it. By making these simple adjustments, seating your veggies first, taking a post-meal walk, and balancing your plate, you can smooth out those dramatic peaks and valleys in your blood sugar. You can transform that post-meal slump into a feeling of sustained, stable energy. Imagine finishing a meal and feeling satisfied and clear-headed, ready to take on the rest of your day instead of ready for a nap. That is entirely within your reach. Start with your next meal. Be curious, be mindful, and listen to your body. You might be surprised at how quickly you can feel a difference. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more tips on how to feel your best. See you in the next one.